Welcome back to Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. We're on the road in historic Harrodsburg. You see a lot of history here. Civil War era buildings that still stand in downtown. Stone fences on rural roads. And you can even experience history through interpreters at Shaker Village of Pleasant Hill. And just down the road from there, there's a more modern history on display, rooted in country music, thanks to Eddie Montgomery.
And this is my town.
Eddie was born in nearby Danville, and after decades of putting out gold records, he came home to create Eddie Montgomery Steakhouse.
Where I was born, where I was raised, where I keep all my yesterdays.
And he decided to open it here in Harrodsburg to be able to give back to the community.
Yeah, this is my town.
It's a restaurant and a concert hall all in one.
Toby Keith has even been here in this restaurant. John Michael definitely comes in. He and Eddie have performed here on stage.
There's plenty to see off stage too. In fact, Eddie Montgomery's is like a country music museum.
There is a Charlie Daniels fiddle bow at the other end. Toby Keith has autographed and signed one of his red, white, and blue striped American flag guitars for Eddie, which also proudly hangs on display.
And we can't forget about the food at Eddie's. They specialize in steak, and they serve a lot of it.
Oh, on a weekend night, we'll, just for dinner service, we'll turn out about 300 or 400 meals on a Friday or Saturday night. Maybe another 100 or so for lunch.
Mike Cook is in charge of the kitchen, and he's taking us behind the scenes to show us the secrets to Eddie Montgomery's popular flank steak, served with grilled summer vegetables and roasted potatoes.
I use new potatoes. These are just red-skinned new potatoes. You could also use like a yellow potato, like a Yukon Gold, or some other kind of waxy, thin-skinned potato. I like this shape. You could cut it down into squares or whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Put them in a bowl here. Just going to toss them with some extra virgin olive oil, a little ground pepper. This is just the ground pepper like you'd have at your house. You can use a pepper grinder and grind some fresh on there if you like, but your regular pepper at your home will work fine. This is kosher salt, nothing fancy. Just get them all coated in the oil and the salt and pepper. Just put them in here, and you're going to put them in a 400-degree oven for about 35 minutes or so. So about halfway through the roasting of the potatoes, just pull them out of the oven and give them a little stir up. And that's a good time to go ahead and put the herbs on. This is fresh dill, but you could also use curly parsley or flat leaf parsley or oregano, or some fresh thyme would be a nice French touch.
And then it's right back into the oven for the rest of the roasting.
At the end, you get this.
In the meantime, it's on to the flank steak and Eddie Montgomery's original marinade.
Okay, so our marinade for the flank steak is red wine vinegar, soy sauce, honey, fresh, or you could use dried garlic, granulated garlic if you wanted, but I use fresh garlic and some ground pepper.
It's best to marinate the steak overnight and then take it to the grill.
Oil up your grill. You can use any, this came from a linen service, but you can use any cotton cloth at your home that you want to use, but bear in mind it'll be ruined by this process, so use a rag or something. But just oil your grill. This honey will stick to this grill a little bit, so you're going to want to, the oiling the grill is an important part so that it doesn't stick. You want to cook flank steaks maybe medium rare, so this is only going to take a few minutes on each side, maybe 4 or 5 minutes on each side. Just turn it at a 45-degree angle and you'll make those nice looking grill marks. An important thing to note about flank steak is it helps the tenderness of it if you cut it at a bias. In other words, instead of straight up and down, you want to cut it at this angle here. And you just dig in and slice off. There we go. Cutting at this angle also gives you the benefit of it makes it look bigger, like a bigger piece of meat than it really is. That's an old restaurant trick that'll cover your plate up because it's thin and wide.
The steak and potatoes are going to be great, but don't forget what your mom always told you.
You got to have your vegetables. Every gardener in Kentucky is going to have yellow squash and zucchini. All we did to the zucchini is very simple. We just, much like the potatoes, we just coated it in extra virgin olive oil and some salt and pepper. This was on here maybe 30 minutes or so. It won't take long at all. And this will cook very quickly. Clean off your grill and oil it up and just lay them on here. Nothing to it. They won't take long at all, maybe about 2 minutes each side. If you want the nice looking marks, just take them off and turn them 45 degrees. That makes the crosshatch diamond shaped or square shaped grill marks.
And just that easy, we're ready to serve. A few strips of that juicy flank steak, the grilled vegetables,
Just put your potatoes on lastly and just finish the plate, you know, with some fresh herbs. Put a little color on there, and everybody loves a good fresh tomato.
flank steak made easy, just like they do it at Eddie Montgomery's. Thanks to Chef Mike Cook for giving us the secrets.
Thank you.
Coming up, we're heading back in time to a place where there's history that you can actually taste.
This pudding's called sticky toffee pudding, and it's delicious.
It's time for dessert. Made with beef? It's true. And you'll see the secrets to how it's done at Shaker Village of Pleasant Hill when Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs returns.